Hello everyone, welcome. Today I have a fun little video, products I love that do not love me back. So I'm going to be talking about 5 different very specific categories and a couple of specific products, but mostly it's the product type. Things that I just can't get to work for me no matter how much I love it, no matter how much I try, it's just not meant to be. So the first thing, kind of going in the order that I would put stuff on my face, would be illuminating face primers. So I love to look dewy and glowy and shiny. It's definitely not a natural thing for me and something that I have to work pretty hard on. And I always reach for those sparkly illuminating primers, which tend to have a lot of glitter and shimmer in them, which tend to make my face look terrible. It tends to emphasize every single pore on my face, and a few dozen I didn't even know I had. My skin just never looks good when I use a lot of these illuminating face primers. The thing that made me think about it was the Physicians Formula Spotlight. This is an illuminating primer with age-defying actives, which I don't know about that. Definitely didn't make my skin look very youthful. It just was like having a spotlight on every imperfection on my face. And even when I put foundation on top of it, it just was like an extra magnifying glass on everything that I wanted to camouflage. Not a good thing. I've definitely tried a few other illuminating primers from brands. There's ones from Elle that I've tried and panned before, some other drugstore brands, even some higher end brands. Laura Mercier has this illuminating face primer that I've tried a few times, and every single time it just makes my skin look terrible. It really just, I love sparkles and glitter, and actually that's one of my future topics coming up in a minute, but it just doesn't flatter me very well. It just looks bad. I've only really found one good illuminating face primer, and that's the Becca First Light one, the purple one. That one makes my skin look so good whenever I use it. It's something that I constantly reach for because it makes my skin look so good. But I just keep being drawn to these primers. I keep thinking I will find other things that work for me. I will keep trying it, and no, it just never ever works. The next category is foundation, specifically full coverage matte foundations. I love the way that they look, and on my skin I tend to get maybe an hour, 2 hours if I'm lucky, where my skin still looks good with a matte full coverage foundation before everything starts to separate and everything goes to hell. I'm specifically thinking about, in my case, the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. This stuff is so full coverage, and it camouflages every little bit of redness on my face. My skin can look flawless, but for a very, very limited time only. And then it all starts to break up, especially around my nose area. And then there's other full coverage foundations I've tried that just make my face look completely mask-like. The Estee Lauder Double Wear. There was a time when I was trying the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. Things that are marketed as being very long-wearing, full coverage, heavy-duty foundation just make my skin look awful. Just take a minute and imagine how good the combination of an illuminating face primer and a matte full coverage foundation looks on me. It is the stuff of nightmares. But in all seriousness, I wish that a matte full coverage foundation would look natural on me, would look good for a long period of time instead of just, you know, an hour or two, just because I love the way that it looks on other people. Now, I am basing a lot of this off of videos and pictures, which I'm sure aren't entirely accurate, but still, I like the idea of having that complete blank canvas, of hiding everything, of hiding every freckle, of every scar, everything, just having a complete blank slate to start with, and I just can never get it to look good on me for long enough to make it worth it, no matter what I've tried. So it's just one of those things that I love it. I love it on other people. It's just not gonna work for me. The third thing is glittery eyeshadow, specifically the Stila Magnificent Metals, those liquid glitter shadows. They look good on my lid for about an hour, and then they rain down my face. and not in a good way. It just looks like I was a child playing with makeup, and I'm sure some people think I might look like that most of the time, but this is really unintentional glitter fallout. I've used glitter glues, I've used various eyeshadow primers, I've tried different techniques for applying it, still same results every time. I love it because I love glitter. I just, you know, I would wear a full face of nothing but glitter every day if it was possible to do so, but when I try to use those liquidy glitter shadows, it's just a hot mess. I recently got some from Pixie, which I love, but I cannot wear them all over my lid because I get the same thing, they fall down. I can like use them in the inner corner of my eye, like I used one today on the inner corner of my eye, and that's where it has to stay. And it's still, at the end of the day, it's gone, or it's like migrated down the side of my nose or something, because it just will not stay put. I just can't get it to work for me. I can manage with like Urban Decay heavy metal liquid glitter liners. I can manage with loose glitter and glitter glue, but I can't manage with those stupid liquid glitter shadows. I just can't get them to work for me, and I get so tempted watching other people use them and hearing other people raving about them, and I'm like, yes, I must buy them all. And I'm like, wait a second, remember what will happen. This isn't gonna end well. Sometimes I wonder if the people who rave about them actually wear them for a long time, like what the secret is. Some people are saying like I tried following directions step by step, what other people do that say they work for them, but I still get the same result. It's still raining glitter down my face, like the rain's down in Africa, and I just can't get it to stop. And if anybody has a solution, I'm willing to try anything, but I swear I've tried every combination of things to get those liquid glitter shadows to stick. Can't do it, so just something that I have to live with, that I love does not love me. The fourth thing is liquid lipstick. So I'm a big liquid lipstick person. I've definitely discovered something that I really love in the last couple of years, matte liquid lipstick. I love that it stays on my lips. I love that it looks good for a long time. But what I think looks good is not necessarily what other people think look good. And I don't really have the kind of lips that look good with liquid lipstick. I have very small lips. Liquid lipstick, as you see in probably every liquid lipstick swatch, the beautiful full lips that are probably full of fillers that just look flawless, and it doesn't look like that on me. And I don't really have dry lips, but every now and then I get dry patches, or like the liquid lipstick just brings it out. Despite feeling comfortable on my lips, despite not being bothered by it, it can still be a little bit drying, and so it just doesn't look fantastic. And it's something that I kind of have to deal with, and it's just something that I see represented so much of like what lips should look like with liquid lipstick on, what you're kind of told is the right thing, and it never looks like that on me. And then I will try and like overline, and that's where things get real pretty, because I'm like, well, my top lip is like a little bit smaller, so let's make that a little bit bigger. Oh, I'll have to match it with my bottom, and then I just look crazy because I can't get it to look good. Like some people can really overline their lips and it looks natural, like, you know, you can't detect it at all. I feel like as soon as I start overlining, you can just clock it immediately. You just know I've overlined a lot. Like I'm always very careful not to overline my lips too much when I film, because then I'm like, I can't upload this, because all I can focus on is like how much over my lip line I went, and it's just, liquid lipstick is the worst for that, especially a darker color, because I find like it's even more noticeable, which is why I don't even like to wear darker liquid lipsticks that much anymore, because I feel like all I see is how small my lips are. They just don't look as good as other people. So I'm like, I'll just do the nude. I'll just do the nude lip. Fine with that. The last thing is another lipstick category, and that is satin lipsticks. Now, specifically MAC satin lipsticks. I love a good glossy lip. I've been wearing more like lip liners and lip glosses lately because I like that sort of combination. I can slightly overline slightly with a lip liner if I'm careful and it's a nude color. But in general with satin lipsticks, if it's not a nude, it goes all over. It goes all over. Even if I use lip liner, it still travels outside of that lip line and gets that really hazy thing, or it gets all over my teeth. And I have this one particular lipstick I really love from MAC, but it's a satin finish. I love the color. It's this beautiful brown. It's called Among the Fireflies. And it's just such a warm, comforting color. It just reminds me of like early fall time. There's something so special about the color, but whenever I use it, every single time, it always ends up everywhere. I always do checks. I'm always putting like my finger in my mouth to make sure I get lipstick off like this inner portion of my lips so that it won't transfer. It always does. It always manages to transfer, and it's always the satin lipsticks, and the worst offenders for me are MAC satin lipsticks, and it's one of my favorite formulas. I love the way it feels on my lips. I love the way that it looks. But the minute I start talking, the minute I start doing anything, it's like the lipstick's like, yeah, we don't want to stick around here for this, we're gone. And it just does what it wants to do. It has a mind of its own, and it drives me nuts because I just want the pretty satin lipstick to stay on my lips. So anyway, those are 5 types of products that I love that do not love me back. Make sure to let me know if there are any products that you love that do not love you back, and what they are and what the problem is, because I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now. 'Cause I can't make